Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Two Hands on the Radio. Watching the vultures fly over my head, that's never comforting. Oh, who knows what's going to happen next out here. Today we have got a fantastic little radio. Dipping back into the Grundig line, you know, we've looked at the Grundig Traveler 2 and the Grundig Traveler 7 and the I don't know what all we've looked at. Well, now we've got the Grundig Traveler 3. Hot dog. This came in its little case, came with the instruction manuals and Grundig earbuds. I didn't haul everything out here. And yeah, I didn't know they made a Grundig Traveler 3, and they do. Very, very cool. And I like the fact that the handy wrist strap is on the case. It's not on the radio. That makes me happy. And yeah, let's just take a look at this thing and see what we got. Let's just dive in. It's 5.5 inches by 3.5 inches by about an inch and a half or so. We'll call it that. We'll look on the top here. It's kind of unique. It's got a volume slider up here and our band selector here, FM, medium wave, shortwave 1 and 2. Antenna, we'll get to that shortly. Looks like a very teeny tiny, about an 1.5 inch speaker. Direct entry keypad, which we like. It's got an alarm clock. You can wake to radio or buzz. DSP mode, that's interesting. I haven't read up about that. I haven't read anything about this. We got this in a batch of radios, and I put them away and said, well, some sunny day we'll get it out and take a look. Power button, sleep, so it's got a sleep timer. Shortwave meter, we can pick whatever meter we want to go to. Tuning is just going to be the plus or minus button. And that's exciting. Right hand side's nothing. Back side's got a nice little kickstand. And doesn't really tell us where it's made at. That's okay. Let's see, FM, we've got medium wave 9 and 10 kilohertz. I hope I'm set for 10 kilohertz because I have not read how to switch it. Shortwave covers 2.3 to 2610, so it's got a fairly broad range. Left-hand side stereo mono switch for the headphones. Speaking of which, right there, headphone jack, DC adapter. And we roll around to the antenna. Short antenna, maybe 17 inches. We'll just take a guess here real quick. No, 21 inches. I'm losing my touch. 21-inch antenna, rotates around. If it's on its kickstand, it would be pretty close to straight up and down. Very, very cool. Well, let's just power this on as I have something crawl on my leg. That's exciting. Oh, it's getting that time of year when the critters start coming out. Oh, we gotta love those critters. Let's just put it on FM right now just to get an idea of the audio. It goes in half steps there, which is very nice. You can hold the button down and it'll find the next station for you. Ooh. Oh, what rich audio. I like that. Speaking of rich, the Traveler series has some great audio. The Traveler 2, I actually bought another copy of that Traveler 2. It's that good. Right there, plain as could be, salvation story so rich and so. Wow, that's very, very cool. I don't know if we can, what we're going to find next. I'd like to find some talk stuff, but that's okay. There's our local station. That's probably enough on FM, I would say. You got it, babe. Okay, that's enough of that to keep the copyright police from getting too nervous. Let's go to medium wave. It tells us medium wave.
Here is Bartholomew County.
And it is set on 10 kilohertz, which is nice. Now, this is what I like. It can have mute on tuning. It can have whatever you want it to have. And it just clicks right between every 10 kilohertz. Nice. That's just really nice. I like that. Let's go see if we can do 700. Ooh, DSP mode also turns the alarm on. Yeah. Not too bad. There's not a lot on. Let's just hit the search. There's not a lot on during the day that we can pick up on. A lot of this is all at night. No fault of its own, that's for sure. Not all bad. I'm not going to hover over the music. Okay. And then starts back over. Once it goes through, it'll go right back over. That's nice. Let's go to shortwave 1. And what I wonder is, we're here at 2.3. If I hit the button, will it go all the way continuous? Or just where does it go? Let's just watch and listen here. Won't find anything down this low. 2:30, 2:45 in the afternoon, somewhere around in there. The clock's not set right. South Central Indiana. It probably will have more life above 10 megahertz this time of day. Probably not much below 10 megahertz. That's usually at night. But it does. It will scan the entire shortwave 1 band. That's kind of cool. Or you can target in and hit your meter button and just go to. You can just go to individual meters then, like 31 meter or 49 meter or whatever. So far it doesn't find much. And then it just starts over. How cool is that? And then if you want to go to meters, you just start hitting the button, 5.77. And that's the meters inside shortwave 1. That's kind of cool. Okay, well, let's go to shortwave 2. There might be a little more activity here. And it starts probably at 9, I suppose. Okay, let's just hit it. Let it do some work for us. While we chat, we'll let the radio work and see what happens. So that's very cool. I like that. That's a neat feature. To me, it's neat. I used to be just the constant knob turner, and if I couldn't turn the knob, I wasn't happy. And now I've kind of relaxed to where, well, let the radio do the work for us. And sometimes that's a way around that silly mute on tuning too. Let the radio figure it out. And because if we tune too fast with mute on tuning, we'll skip right over something. Let these guys pick it up. So far, I'm surprised I hadn't found anything. Pretty deep, if you ask me. We'll let it get up around 16, and then we'll direct entry a few things and see if that helps. Because right now it's not looking so good. But, you know, I'm not buying this to compare it to the Sangean ATS 909X. This is just an example of what's out there. Your mileage will vary. There is no may vary to it. It will vary. If you pick up one of these, who knows what you're going to get. And this is, there we got something finally. So 17. Let's, I suppose you hit F for frequency. Then hit frequency again. Okay, so frequency. Now, oh, there's WWV, just barely. You could hear the tone. Yeah. Well, I want to go to 5. Maybe you can't go to 5. Huh, maybe. Oh, no, because I'm in shortwave 2. Let's drop down to shortwave 1. Nothing there. Let's go back to 2. You can barely hear it. You know something's there, and that's about it. So, whatever. Let's go up to 15140. That should be Radio Havana, Cuba. Should be on right now. It's there, but it's there and very weak and just not enough to trip the search feature to say stop there. And that's okay. We've kind of been through them. And that's okay. Like I said, this is just an example of what's out there versus trying to find the biggest and bestest radio. And so overall, I'm not disappointed with it. It's kind of a cool radio. It's got a great sound to it. My goodness, just FM alone is spectacular sound. And that just seems to be right in line with the Traveler series of Grundig. It's just really, really good audio. So anyway, that's about it for this little Grundig Traveler 3. Wished it would do better, but that's what age does. It everything weakens up, and these were not even designed to last as long as they've lasted. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a thumbs up. If you absolutely have not enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up anyway. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the little bell off to the side there, and somehow that lets you know when I post a new video. And that's all I got today. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. I hope you do the same, and we're going to see you at the next review.